Hey guys, it's Chris with Sir Links-A-Lot, and today we're going to be talking about PBN site builds. PBN builds are an advanced and extremely potent way to repurpose old domains into link juice power hubs. This video is purely about the building of PBN websites on those domains, so if you're looking for information on PBN backlinks, please see our other video on that topic. We'll be covering a lot of stuff in this video, starting with some very basic things, so be sure to use the timestamps at the bottom if you want to skip around to something specific. We'll be covering what PBN builds are, how to use them, how to get them yourself, and what makes our PBN builds special, as well as how to place an order if you're interested. All right, let's get going. So what are PBN builds? PBN builds are when you buy a used domain that has pre-existing backlinks of its own and then build a new website on top of it to harness the power of those old backlinks. You can then use it to create new backlinks to other websites that you are trying to rank, also known as PBN links. PBN builds themselves are white hat because it's completely okay to buy old domains and build websites on top of them. However, as soon as you start then using those websites to link out to other websites with the intent of increasing their rankings, you are entering black hat territory. Like mentioned before, when built correctly, PBN builds harness the power of all the backlinks that were previously built to the domain with the intent to then pass that link juice on to other websites. This can be an extreme shortcut to rankings. However, there is a lot of confusion about how to build PBNs correctly, as well as how to use them. All right, so how to use PBN builds. PBN websites can be built on top of any domain that you may own that has some backlinks pointing to it. The hard part will be deciding to do that, or if you would rather use the domain for a money site or something like a 301 redirect instead. How you then use the PBN website to link out to other targets is outside the scope of this video, but fortunately you can see our other video on PBN links for a lot more information on this. In essence, after the site is built, you will then have new articles posted onto the website, have them displayed on the site's homepage, and insert backlinks into them pointing to the sites whose rankings you would like to push. Remember that the process of linking out from PBNs is black hat, and it's for this reason that we advise you have done some additional research and are following link building best practices before doing so. All right, so how to get PBN builds. In brief, to get PBN builds of your own, you'd either have them built by a provider or build them yourself. We have a whole other article on building PBNs, including a video made by Nick, so definitely be sure to check that out as it's quite long and has a ton of important information in it to make sure you are building these websites safely and correctly to pass as much juice as possible. So here you can see our PBN checklist article. We've also got a free download, so you can download a PDF of the checklist just to keep for your own reference. But yeah, you can see it's quite long. It's got some pictures and stuff in it. Actually, it's very long. And yeah, it's also got this video at the end if you would like to watch that instead. There's a lot that goes into it, but in short, you buy a used domain in your desired niche with a good backlink profile and then build an optimized website on top of it. There are a lot of little tricks to ensure this is done safely and effectively. But by looking at the length of this article, you can probably tell that the process can be pretty confusing, and it's definitely something you need to get done correctly. It's for this reason that many people choose to outsource this work to a provider such as ourselves. So now I'll be talking about our PBN builds and how to place an order if that's something you're interested in. So right here at the top, you can see it says footprint-free PBNs built for you, years of experience in testing to refine our methods. So yeah, the number one thing is safety when building PBNs. Next up, unique handwritten content, 1,000 words of unique content, no spun content here. Of course, you can always upgrade the amount of words of content, but it comes with 1,000 standard. And yeah, no spun content. These are PBNs, so the articles don't have to be as good as, say, your money site, but they should definitely be handwritten and no auto-generated stuff is used in the making of our PBN sites. Next up, 5 rebuilt or redirected URLs. So like we mentioned before, PBNs really harness the power of your existing backlink profile. So you want to rebuild the 5 basically strongest URLs with the most backlinks going to them. But yeah, if you have more than 5 URLs you want to rebuild, we can build more than that as well. And lastly, unique designs and themes. Our PBN builds look like real sites and are able to pass manual inspection. So scrolling down a little bit, we get to this part where it says PBN builds are black hat. They're actually white hat, but once you start using them, they're black hat, so they might as well be black hat anyways. Scrolling down a little bit further, diverse website PBN builds. Each PBN build is completely different. This kind of goes into the whole no footprints thing. We want to make sure that basically your PBN websites aren't exactly all the same, so that they can't be traced back to each other. Next up, PBN power without buying and renting links. So, we build this website for you. It's then your PBN and you can do whatever you want with it. Next up, protection from manual reviews by Google. We've been doing this for a long time. So of course, the goal here is that even if your PBN website is manually reviewed, that Google would not be able to tell it was a PBN. And lastly, our experience in a safe package. Scrolling down a little bit further, we get to our example PBN setups here. So we've got a few demo sites on the website you can go ahead and click through. Here's one of them here. So yeah, you can see it just looks like some kind of technology blog. Yeah, that's about it. But there are thousands of different ways we can make these websites look. It really just depends on what niche you are in. So scrolling down a little bit further, we get to our process. So you basically just place your order, you let us know your website, give us your login information so we can build a website on it, all that good stuff. We then go and we build the PBN. It says right here, turnaround time is usually less than 2 weeks. Once we're done, we go ahead and pass it back to you with a full report so you can see all the work that we've done. And of course, you can just see it yourself by going to your website. Scrolling down further, we've got our pricing tables here. So you can see right here, for $44, you provide the domain, 1,000 words of unique content, 5 rebuilt to redirect pages, natural footprint free, user friendly, premium themes and plugins, and custom logo and design. And then we've got this option over here. If you don't have a domain, we actually sell domains as well, including PBN domains that would make good PBN websites. So definitely be sure to check that out if you don't have a domain. And then when you've looked everything over and you're ready to place an order, go ahead and just click the Order Now button. So after you click the Order Now button, you'll be taken to an order form that'll look something like this. Like always, just be sure to read the stuff at the top as it might have some important information for you. So then first up, you got your name. Just put in your first name, your last name, and your email address if you don't have an account. If you already have an account, you can just go ahead and sign in there. Next up, you go ahead and you select your package. You can also select the quantity, like if you want 5 different PBN websites built. Then you can select your add-on, like if you want additional pages rebuilt or additional content added to the site. We've got a couple other options here, full homepage post and content scheduling. So be sure to check those out if you are interested. Next up, we got your WordPress and cPanel information that we need. Your niche, just go ahead and let us know what niche you're in, which URLs you'd like us to rebuild, any additional instructions that you think we might need to know to complete your build. And yeah, we got a bulk upload file here in case you've got a bunch of PBN builds that we're going to be doing for you all at one time. But yeah, usually just filling out your stuff here is just fine. Yeah, and then when you've looked everything over and it all looks good, just go ahead and click the Complete Purchase button to be taken to the PayPal portal. So that's it for the ordering process. Like I mentioned before, it takes about 2 weeks or less for us to finish up a website build, and then you'll be able to go ahead and start adding any new content you wanted or adding links to it and doing whatever you want with your brand new PBN site. All right, guys, that's about it for PBN builds. We covered a bunch of stuff from what they are to how to use them and how to get them, and hopefully this video has been helpful. If you're thinking about placing an order or if you ever have any questions, feel free to email us anytime at info@sirlinksalot.co, or you could send us a message on Facebook. Also, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. It really helps us out a lot. And be sure to subscribe to our mailing list on our homepage, as well as joining our Facebook group, the SEO Roundtable, to get VIP access to flash sales and updates, as well as to take part in the SEO discussion and our learning community. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you next time.